Hello everyone. So today's presentation is based on understanding lesson plan. So these are the things that we are going to focus, explain the purpose of lesson plan, describe in detail the characteristics of an effective lesson plan, explain the importance of learning styles and learning taxonomies in planning or lesson, explain the need to use action verbs in a lesson plan. The main purpose of the lesson plan. Whatever we do needs planning. So when it comes to education, lesson plan plays the major role. A well-tailored lesson plan enhances the learning process. The teacher must plan a lesson in such a way that the students don't feel overwhelmed, and it should also focus on their interest and needs using various methods and strategies. Characteristics of a good lesson plan. So, lesson plan has certain structure which may differ from one school to the other. The template will be different in each school. So, what are the characteristics that we should keep in mind while preparing a lesson plan? Learning objectives should be clearly mentioned, activities that we are going to involve, and the prior knowledge check, differentiation and flexibility, clear assessment, and immediate feedback. Learning objectives are clearly mentioned. So, what does a learning objective mean? It is what the students will be able to do. It's not only about the understanding of the concept at the end of the session, but also to apply and analyze the concept to create something based on the topic taught. So, when it comes to kindergarten, primary, middle school, and high school, we have different learning objectives that can be used. For example, the topic is different parts of a plant. So, the kindergarten will be able to identify the parts, recall the plant's part, and ask questions related, recognize the basic plant parts. While it comes to primary level, understanding, ordering, asking questions, identify different shapes, etc. The middle school will understand, analyze, interpret, recognize, whereas the high school will be able to define, compare and contrast, and relate. Activities. So, what type of activities should be framed? Teachers should frame activities in such a way that the students develop curiosity to learn about the topic rather than getting overwhelmed. So, when it comes to the same topic, different parts of a plant, kindergarten will have activities such as planting seeds. Primary level can do setting up a class garden or a plant collage by collecting the leaves from the outdoor. Middle school can create plant models, research on plant adaptations. High school can go in-depth analysis of the data, and their research skills can be sharpened by designing experiments. Build on prior knowledge. The students will have some sort of understanding about all the concepts, that is the prior knowledge. So the teacher focuses on connecting the new concept with the students already know about the concept. So when it comes to kindergarten, students experience of plant at their home. When it comes to primary level, reviewing their kindergarten concepts and building the connection between the parts by knowing its functions. Here in the middle school, they will understand and build their knowledge by understanding plant biology. High school will go a step ahead and do experiments, and research skills will be involved in that. Differentiation and flexibility. The teacher always keeps in mind the students' need, interest, learning style, and based on that, the activities are formed. And flexibility, it is the way the lesson plan can be adapted or adjusted based on the classroom situations. For kindergarten, we can show real pictures, videos, and activity based. Primary level can also be shown the plant growth video or can provided with a simple text to be read. Middle school can be allowed to choose project topics, and based on their ability, the projects can be established. High school, here the students provided with their own choice of choosing concepts based on the topic, and they can show their research skills. Assessment and feedback. So, the assessment system used by the teachers will vary from class to class and from the level to level. And immediate and constructive feedback will help learners be motivated. And these are few examples like how kindergarten, primary, and middle school and high school can be assessed. This VARK model by Neil Fleming, which shows that visual learners, auditory learners, reading or writing learners, kinesthetic learners. So visual learners use images and decode information from visual aids. Auditory learners listen to stories, lectures will go best for them. Reading and writing learners will read the text, articles, and by taking notes. And kinesthetic learners will involve in hands-on activities. The theory of multiple intelligence by Howard Gardner. This multiple intelligence theory has 8 intelligence. Linguistic intelligence, the learners will be able to communicate verbally and they can understand or decode verbal informations. Mathematical or logical intelligence, where the learners will be able to think logically and by appropriate reasons. Spatial intelligence, where these learners will have the ability to think dimensionally and visualize objects and use a place effectively. Bodily kinesthetic, they will be involving in hands-on activities. Musical intelligence, where the learners will be able to decode audio, and interpersonal intelligence, where the learners will have a good communication and have a good interaction with others. Intrapersonal intelligence, these learners will have the ability to understand oneself and they have the ability to self-reflect and modify them in the upcoming sessions in the learning process. Naturalistic intelligence, these learners adapt to natural world and just understand the way the world works and rather than relying on the artificial concepts. Learning taxonomies. The etymology means taxes means arrangement or division, nomos means law. That means law that organize something. So these learning taxonomies focus on understanding the learning objectives to create an effective lesson plan and inculcating different strategies and methods. Taxonomies. These are the 3 taxonomies that are involved. Bloom's taxonomy, which is one of the most commonly used taxonomy across the world, and it has 3 domains: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. Cognitive domain involves in the intellectual behavior such as knowledge interpretation. Affective domains mostly involves with emotional and attitudinal behaviors, motivation, self-regulation, etc. So the psychomotor domain, which focuses on the motor skills by using their hands, like writing, typing, swimming. This Bloom's taxonomy involves 6 stages like remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and then create. These are the important 6 stages of Bloom's taxonomy. Remembering the knowledge that they already have, understanding of the concept, applying the concept to the real world situation, analyzing how it works, and evaluate based on the informations by checking, creating their new knowledge with the help of the learned knowledge. This is the solo taxonomy, the structure of observed learning outcomes taxonomy, which was developed by John Biggs and Kevin Collis. Pre-structural, unistructural, multistructural, relational, and extended abstract. So in pre-structural, the learners will not be having any understanding of the concept, not even a single one. Unistructural, where they can recall one particular part of the concept. Multistructural, where they show a good understanding of multiple aspects of the concept. And relational is like the learners will be able to understand relationship between the concept with the other concept. And extended abstract, where the learners will try to apply the concepts to various appropriate situations. Using action verbs in lesson planning, it helps in creating engaging and effective learning experiences by focusing instructions and effective assessment, which promotes active learning and critical thinking. So this is a table which shows cognitive level and key verbs, knowledge and remembering, define, identify, recall, list, describe. Comprehension and understanding, explain, interpret, summarize. Application or applying, use, apply, solve, demonstrate, implement. Analyze or analyzing, compare, contrast, analyze, examine, and investigate. Synthesis or creating, where the students will be able to create, design, develop, construct, or plan based on the concepts. Evaluation or evaluating, they will be able to evaluate, assess, justify, and critique or recommend based on the concept that they have learned. Thank you.